Now I already took the faceplate off, but when I first took the faceplate off, this breaker just literally came undone like that with hardly any effort. And that's not normal if you guys work with breakers and electrical work. What's up everybody, Cologne King here. Thanks for tuning in for another video. I'm out here at an install for a new salt system and I can't even get started because of all these dangerous situations I found with the electrical in its current condition. So let me go ahead and show you what I found and why it's so important to understand electrical work if you're performing it, to make sure you don't have a setup like this. So here at the pad, my main job today was to cut this out and install a new True Clear, optimize all this because this is all just crazy. I was probably going to cut there below that coupling and build over the filter from there and make sure there's ample run for the salt cell, yada, yada, yada. Then also I had to replace this timer box in disrepair. It's not functioning anymore as a timer. It just basically stays right where it's at now as far as it doesn't rotate anymore. But the one thing I noticed was this is coming from the sub panel, which I'll show you in a second. There's Romex right here being fed from the sub panel, which is against code. It needs to be THHN wire. And so I traced it back. Now I already took the faceplate off, but when I first took the faceplate off, this breaker just literally came undone like that with hardly any effort. And that's not normal if you guys work with breakers and electrical work. And so upon closer inspection of the breaker, I noticed, look at all that missing off the breaker. So where did it go? Well, then I look at the breaker bar. You can see right there, those contacts from the breaker are arc welded to the breaker bar. And so I can't simply just replace a breaker here and wire out because those contacts are welded there to the breaker bar. It's not going to make good contact. It could possibly arc again and possibly cause a fire. I'm not going to be on the hook for that. So then even upon further inspection, you see how these breakers have nice white labels on it to say the size of the amperage and all that. It's 20 amp breaker. This one doesn't have it, but it's hard to see. But right here, it has a number 30. But look at the size wiring being fed to it. This is 14 gauge wiring, right? This red wire here is a 12 gauge. Look at the size difference between the two. So a 30 amp breaker by NEC code requires 10 gauge wiring to be used, not 14 gauge. 14 gauge is rated for 15 amps. So we have undersized wiring being fed to this breaker, which is going to cause a lot of excess heat, which in theory could heat this breaker up, cause some stuff to get out of spec, start getting loose, and then cause this whole thing where it arcs and literally welds part of the breaker contacts to the bar. You know, if you look at this panel as a whole, there's just a lot of laziness. Like whoever ran this Romex, instead of running it all the way up to the breaker, they just went ahead and pigtailed this here, which again isn't the end of the world. That's not illegal, but it just shows how lazy this installer was. Not only did they do it against code, they did it very dangerously, because if I come in and install a 30 amp breaker, my first thing would be, hey, let's either downgrade it to a 20 amp so we could use a 12 gauge wiring, because there's really no need. That all this powers is the pool pump and the salt system. No need to have 30 amps of power for that. So I personally would downgrade this to a 20 amp breaker so I could use the proper 12 gauge wiring, which is again this thickness of a wire, not this thin 14 gauge. But again, I can't do any of that because I'm stuck with the contacts welded to the breaker bar. So what I'm going to do is, this system has to stay off until an electrician comes out and fixes all this. But I mean, it barely even seats into place. Like it's just nothing. Like look how easy that moves. Like this one, you hear it. You literally hear it. This one just literally gently pulls off. So what I went ahead and did, I'm going to shut everything off in this panel, and then I'm going to have a red tag keep off until an electrician comes out and fixes this, because this is an incredibly dangerous situation, could cause a fire, so on and so forth. So if you guys are just working with electrical, please have an understanding of it if you're licensed to do so. If you don't, and you're a homeowner and you have no clue what you're doing, please hire a professional, because this is just, there's so many issues here that are just against code, dangerous, undersized, just everything. So I just want to show you what I found, because you know, I've been doing this for a long time, and seeing breaker contacts arc welded to a breaker bar is something I rarely ever see. So I figured since I had the opportunity here to shoot a video for you and show you what and how not to wire electrical work, to educate you guys a little more. So if you don't know what you're doing, hire a professional, and that's that. There you go, guys. So that is what I found in today's stop and video for you guys. I really hope it helped educate you guys some on electrical work and why it's so important to do stuff properly, because that very well could have been a fire at some point, and I didn't want it to be after I touched it. And at the end of the day, I want the client protected to make sure everything is proper for them. So I hope you guys learned a lot. Check my links in the description below if you're interested in any help with your business. Check out my Patreon. I really appreciate all my supporters out there. Thank you so much. And stay tuned for more videos. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you next video. Have a great day, everyone.